Salut, salut, comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la reine de l'accord APPAREL, monomadeuse de la livre, la reine de l'accord APPAREL, monomadeuse de la livre, descendant of the Benson lineage here of Alabama, the Muskogee tribe, the Arawak tribe, in addition to the cousins of Queen Sahoy, and therefore we are here upon royalty of many lineages, etc. I do hope everyone is doing well today. Welcome for this episode of, I'm actually going to go ahead and say the Conjure South Spellcast podcast, because we should put this on the podcast in addition to being here on the YouTube channel, the HOODOO Queen YouTube channel. Thank you so very much for being here as we discuss the liar, the witch, and the wardrobe, and the wardrobe, and the Manbo. Oh my goodness, I got confused myself. So anyways, everybody, we're going to get into this very briefly. But before we get into all those things, honor, respect, Her Royal Majesty, Queen Mother de Votre Désir, Sego Clan Mother, and so yes, Sego. And if you are not aware, we do have, again, other spiritual royalty that is here and that will be joining us briefly. So when you are in the presence of Queen Mother de Votre Désir, when we say honor, you say respect. When she, Adama, requests honor, you respond with respect, in addition to Sego with Clan Mother. And you will learn other protocols as we go along, because it's very important that you are, in fact, privy to these spaces. I do want to ask you, please go share this. Share this. If you know people that follow these people that we're going to be discussing today, please go share it. Absolutely go share it. Get the chat full, okay? Because we have a full day ahead. I do want to ask, as you all do that, I'm going to make sure my laptop is good and plugged in. We know the batteries are good, but let me just make sure that everyone is good here so that we can completely go in. Un moment, s'il te plaît. Okay, everybody. All right. So we are here, 45 people deep. And again, please make sure you do give this video a thumbs up, because we're going to be unpacking facts, okay? I know had some people reach out and they were like, Queen, what is your opinion? I don't do opinions. I do facts. Opinions may or may not be true. So again, this is the liar, the witch, and the Manbo. So I'm going to start off by making this point clear. And I do have some pointers that I'm going to sort of hit and touch on based off of questions that people came to me and asked, conversations I've had with other royals, as well as just some other individuals that I've had conversations with about this particular situation. First, understand that this video, this live, goes beyond the person and the persons. It goes beyond their business and businesses. We are going to utilize the exact things that have been happening in this situation as a learning lesson. You need to be very aware that you can truly maneuver beautifully in your life by recognizing a snake is a snake, herbs are herbs, birds are birds, etc., so forth and so on. You can learn what not to do. You can learn what to do. Okay? So understand that it's about the lessons to be learned here, but this is a very important life that needs to be had. Now, I will tell you all, please make sure that you are listening well for the gems that I'm going to be dropping, the things that Queen Mother will be saying, as well as Clan Mother. And we may have another special guest that may come in. Okay? Now, I encourage you to, again, share this video. Put it on your Instagram, put it on your talk, put it on your Facebook. Make sure that you are, in fact, sharing all of this, okay? There may be some very key points you may want to share with the person so that maybe they learn better and do better. I doubt it. But regardless, it is what it is. Now, as some of you may or may not have realized, you are here in the presence of Her Royal Majesty, Queen Mother Deboti Desir, and Her Imperial Excellence, Clan Mother Sharan Waputu Queen Piper, who are all presenters of the 2025 Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fete, the 8th annual Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fete. The link is over in the bio if you desire to meet with Queen Mother or Clan Mother or myself to learn, to explore and indulge in the gala. There's a variety of other things. Those links are in the bio. I also want to remind everybody that you are also have the opportunity until Tuesday. You only have 2 more days to get this community service, to get the December, January community service. This is our 888 blessing service and our quick money community service. These are those big services that people, if they don't get any, they get November, December, and January. Now remember that these classes, well, these services will come with the class where I am teaching 21 different spiritual workings, everywhere from road opening to healing to the graveyard. The list goes on and on. All of those things you will find that here in this post. The links are over in the description box. I also want to remind you that if you in fact decide to go to the Conjure Fete, go to the gala, in addition to the community service, split those things up into 4 easy payments. You have that option with PayPal, so don't miss out on all of the great things, the exclusive product that you won't get anywhere else, and the classes, okay? Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. So let us go right ahead and get on to this situation here, as I want to be clear. I want to also make this very clear. As you are sharing, and for anybody out there that wants to actually restitch this, do another video on it, and you think that you're going to like fact check me, because you can't fact facts, number one. But if you think for whatever reason that you're going to monetize off of this live in my name, you're highly incorrect. There are things that are mundanely in place, legally, spiritually, you name it. So just understand that in this process, don't be foolish, which will bring me to my next point. To any of you that think, oh my goodness, this is going to be a bashing or dragging. Well, of course, first and foremost, I'm not mentioning anybody's name because it's clear who I am speaking of. But understand this. Please understand this. I don't have to drag or put anyone down to lift myself up. No one here needs to or necessarily wants to do that, okay? It's very imperative that you do understand that. But also understand, as I've said many times before in some of my first videos, royalty don't concern themselves with roaches, is what I was always told growing up. Eagles don't fly with chickens. And I love what Queen Mother said the other day, like the moon does not pick an argument with the sun. So to all of those that may feel brave beyond this, you may want to reconsider. Don't be brave, be wise, be smart, very demure, very cutesy, okay? I'm just letting you know that now. And we will talk more about that space and even using terms like undermining authority, etc., so forth and so on. So, moving forward, the next point that I want to bring up is this, and I want y'all to understand this. Listen to my words clearly. What you have seen that has happened in New Orleans with this particular individual, their businesses, is not just something with this person, but you will see this with multiple Mambos, Ogons, spiritualists, hoodoo priests and priestesses, etc., so forth and so on, and all of the shenanigans and entertainment of it all. Understand this, what you're witnessing right now, this is not a tragedy. And these are my own words. As I sit and I speak with my ancestors and I'm speaking to people and I'm really just listening and I'm watching, because I know there's an hour-long video, sad fishing, and we'll get into that. But understand that what you are witnessing is not a tragedy. This is called accountability. This, okay, is not an attack. This video, nor what is happening to this individual in everything they have, is not an attack. This is a spiritual and mundane justified slap on the hand, which means justice has not even been fully served. But that day of retribution is on the way. Point blank, period. You cannot play with fire and not expect to get burned unless you're delusional or you're too focused on your own desires that they have distracted you and now you are now destroyed. So I want to repeat that this is not an attack. What is happening to them, it is not an attack. It is not an attack. It is simply a spiritual and mundane slap on the hand because this is not the first time. This is not a tragedy. What you are witnessing is spiritual and mundane accountability. So don't get it twisted. This is one of those perfect examples of getting what you deserve. Getting what you deserve. Not what you think you're worth, but getting what you deserve. That thing right there is where many people miss and mess up. And I'm going to repeat that for everybody. So when you're looking into your own lives and you're questioning things, you need to be asking, am I getting what I deserve? And you're upset because you don't understand that what you deserve is not what you think that you are worth. And especially when what you are worth is not real. So I want to give a little bit of a backstory about this particular Manbo in New Orleans who's going through so much right now. Well, is being held accountable right now. About 10 years ago at this point, I was initiated into Haitian Voodoo under the Société Minocan, a formal, actual la vie tête. The journey of your la vie tête is a long journey. You have la vie tête, on si simple, on si combo, on conzo. There's levels before you get to conzo and become mambo, ogan, etc., so forth and so on. Okay. So I began my journey about 6 months after they began theirs. About 6 months. If you don't know, I started everything on Facebook Live. Those lives are still there. When you go back, and the reason why I'm sort of tracking back here is because it's really important. When you go back there, I was in the middle of owning, I think, 1 or 2 gyms, a boutique. My voice was significantly deeper. It was a lot more forceful. I didn't have the lights. I didn't have the microphones. And even now I struggle not talking loud because I spent decades, screaming because I was a gymnastics coach and cheer coach, and that's the voice you use. And so it wears and tears on your voice. But I haven't done that now for almost 10 years or whatever. Um, so that being said, when you go back and you look at those things, you will always know something. I've always been bonjour, comment ça va, etc. Why? Because it's a part of my lineage. I've never spoken outside of that. It didn't just show up one day. It has always been there from day one. From day one. But as I have evolved in my life regarding my businesses, there are differences. I can do things different and so forth and so on. And a part of that is me taking care of myself and getting back into music and singing. And so things are a lot softer as they were prior to me being a gymnast and cheerleader and all of those things. But what you're going to find over the decades that you may have known me, there's never been an inconsistency of who I have always been, outside of the fact that I was not queen and then I was. But you will always go back and see Comedos, THQ, which stands for the Hoodoo Queen. But I wasn't that because my grandma was still living. Okay. Anyways, point being, I got initiated in Haitian Vodou in New Orleans. My société, Ogan, Papa Fanfan, was the Ogan of our société. This individual, who is originally from California, and from my understanding to those that really followed behind her then, was ran out of California due to malpractice and wanting to take control and be looked at as an authoritative figure in European witchcraft, from my understanding. That the Europeans, witches in California, they about as bad as your brujos and brujas in in Mexico, your the Wanga in Haiti, the hoodoos in Tennessee and Alabama and all other kind of places. But let me tell you something. They said not today. And they had her sent her packing. Once she made it to New Orleans, the persona of hoodoo everything and black everything is where things begin to be driven, from my understanding and from what I also have seen. And I also have to say this as well. There is a blog about, it will take you probably a day and a half to completely read through this person's history from the European witchcraft through New Orleans, and then how the identity went from their Dominican to Beninois, from Benin, and the list goes on, and they just can't keep up with their own lies, which to Manbo. So that being said, bonjour, Kinaru, bonjour. That being said, this person was initiated about 6 months or so prior to me. Now, let me go a little bit farther than that. See, the thing about it is, at this time, there were still a number of elders in New Orleans, in Louisiana. And so with that, this particular person went to New Orleans with the idea, with the plan to be this Marie Laveau-esque individual, etc., so forth and so on. And they attempted to go through, and I'm going to go back to this, they attempted to go through our société, Société Minocan. However, and I'm going to get to this person, from my understanding, by the mouths of the elders, the women that are there, the women in New Orleans, elders 50 plus years old, communicated, this girl couldn't be here because she tried to pursue the Oga, is what was given to me by trusted elders who are no longer living. And you all can add that together. Okay? She had no reason to lie about it. Wasn't going to make a difference to her one way or the other. But this is how it was done. But guess what? Papa said no. So then she went to a Manbo in New Orleans who owned a voodoo shop, an Haitian Manbo, an actual Manbo, and made a deal. Well, the Haitian Manbo told her, men should not touch your head. But that really wasn't the case. That really wasn't the case. And so they made a deal. And the deal was, if you work in my shop, you can pay me back for this transactional title I'm going to give you. Why is it a transactional title? Because you're not a Manbo after being with somebody 5 months, get initiated within 2 weeks, and now you're trying to initiate people 6 months from then. That's just a year's time. Fast forward. So now you met this Manbo, this transactional title, and 6 months from that, you meet me at FETE Gede, FETE Papa Ogu and FETE Gede. Was it just FETE Papa Ogu and Met Agwe? It was FETE. It was, I think it was Met Agwe Papa. I think it was FETE Ogu Met Agwe, because it was like 2 separate days. It was that, if I'm not mistaken. So meet there. My only words to this individual to this day was, would you like a glass of water? Because we were hosting it at my brother's house, my Voodoo brother's house. Okay. It was a no thank you. And people, and I have receipts and people that can go live today, if I reached out to them, saw them and heard people go, do you know who this is? This is Comedos, da 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 da. At this time, they were still getting their things together. On that day, if you go back and again, if you are true followers, you would have found me on Facebook many years ago. And so anyways, at this point, they essentially look through all my social media, gather aesthetics and things, blocked me on everything. You don't know me from Adam's house cat. Outside of people go, do you know who this is? I'm new in the game. And apparently so were they, but little did I know. But, and I'm always humble. I don't care. With me being queen, I'm still humble, especially in spaces where I'm new to. I'm going to step back and shut up because that's what you do. Okay? Not trying to run up the ladder. So from that point, I have had no physical interaction with this individual. However, I have constantly, from that day to this up and coming week, people providing information upon information about their experiences, etc., so forth and so on. As I tell you all, I don't speak on anybody or talk about anything I don't have proof on. I don't do opinions, I do facts. Moving forward, after myself and Mama Badarema was initiated in Haitian Voodoo, Papa Fumfum brought over a man from Haiti in November. This man was a Bizongo priest, not a Haitian Voodoo priest. A Bizongo priest, which is different. But you can't sell Bizongo because Bizongo, people don't understand that. But if I stick hoodoo on it or voodoo on it, it can be sold. It can be exploited. There's a transaction there. Anyways, Papa Fumfum and this man from Haiti, 3-letter name, by the way, and Papa Fumfum and he had a conversation about initiating myself and Mama Badaranwa. There was something in that conversation that Papa either didn't like, or I don't know if this was in soon after Papa ends up becoming sick, but it did not go through. That was in November. Oh, also, I forgot to say, the year prior, this individual, the female, was with, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said a 13-year long engagement, okay, with somebody. But a year following, this person in November, after this man shows up in New Orleans, guess what happens? Oh my goodness, I had a dream of this man. I thought it was myself with long locks and speaking Haitian Creole and all of these things. And come to find out, this man comes into my life. This is my twin flame. This is my soulmate. And we are going to build this, etc., so forth and so on. And by January, so November to January, now married. Now married. Mind you, why would one do this? Oh, I skipped a big part. Excuse me. I skipped a big part. Rewinding back from that November, the summer prior, this individual who was working in the shop of the actual Manbo went online and confessed. This woman tried to take my head, make me a zombie. She tried to curse me, take me for everything that I am, all of these things, all of this stuff. An actual Manbo. Y'all made a deal. And now you're telling everybody she didn't teach you nothing. She's not right. She is corrupt. But this whole time you've been making candles, dirts, powders, you name it. Literally said all of these things. And this was public on social media, because it was also sent to me as well. So if you don't know nothing about Haitian Vodou due to this individual, what are you doing? What are you actually making? And so these are just real questions. What are you doing and what are you actually making? But people dismiss the facts because they're so hungry to be helped. They're so hungry to be helped. And so you end up feeding out of the hand of the one that's poisoning you. You are literally digesting without discernment, even though they have made it clear that everything that they thought they knew, they didn't. And everything before that was European witchcraft. So now we get to 6 months later, now you're married to a Haitian Bizango priest, which is not Haitian Vodou. She took the Manbo to validate her authority in New Orleans as a Manbo. She then turned right around, threw her under the bus to discredit an actual Haitian Manbo elder. And then you turn right around. Here we are now 6, 7 years down the line, and we are back in the same place. I commit myself to someone that can validate who I am and what I think I am and what I want people to perceive me as, just to now go, there's a coup. They're trying to take this. They're doing this to me. They're doing that to me. Oh my goodness. You're the common denominator here. These actual Haitians all have been used and abused by you. Now, mind you, it was all corrupt because no part of the process or the agenda had ethics to any capacity. Any ethics to any capacity. And so we find ourselves here now today where you see this man that is communicating, I want my stake in all of this stuff. You owe me this, and you actually owe the Haitian community more. These women all walk out. We have to begin to ask the question, why is it? Why is it that if you're so kind, vibrating on such a high level, you're such a high frequency, peaceful, compassionate woman, why aren't your women standing with you? And don't say it's because they envy what you have. The Manbo that you threw under the bus, she doesn't envy what you have. She's 70 plus years old, baby. She done lived. And she also says she has riche blanc. She's not concerned with you. So the question is, if you are such this powerful being, you got it all together, but you didn't see this coming. No, because your desire, your eyes, your focus is right here. Don't care who has to be thrown to the side or laid out. It's here. Because you're a business and not operating as a service, because that has been your only goal. And there is a way to do business. I always tell people, when I look at mine, you look at my business, it has developed, it has transformed, it has evolved, and we're still doing things. For us, communication and that administrative stuff, these are the things that we are constantly working on. We're working hard at these things. But what is always going to be constant is this. You will never hear anybody say that through what they receive from me has ever resulted badly because I've wronged an elder or a community, etc., so forth and so on. You won't hear that. You may say communication needs to be better, and I agree. I completely agree. But when you're looking into this particular situation, you got people out here asking, well, what about my candle service and thing y'all did together? How does that reflect on us? You're messed up now. You're crossed up now. You have been fixed now. Because corrupt Ashe is corrupt Ashe, and it doesn't even matter. Corrupt Ashe is corrupt Ashe. It doesn't even matter. That's why when I tell people, give me 21 days to do a candle work, I say, look, it may take a month, it may take a month and a half. Because if my Ashe is not in a good place, I don't touch it. Better example, this past December, I didn't like the way I saw things moving around my house. We're not doing a December service. The shipping isn't looking right. The UPS ain't looking right. All of this stuff, I'm not operating in this way. My personal, and I want y'all to understand this. You can personally go through changes, challenges, and evolution. Yes, you can. That is very, very true. But let me make this point very clear. Let me make this point very clear. Your personal challenges are not professional executions. Is not professional and business reflecting. But see, when your operation, your foundation is the lack of integrity, the lack of ethics. You don't care about the people. You just want the name and the popularity and all of these things. When that is the base, nothing is going to actually be solid. I told y'all years ago, y'all were ingesting empty spiritual calories. I told y'all a month ago, stop buying the hot pink neon magnetic sand talking about is love powder. I told you this. I've told y'all for years. Don't be buying these mojo hands out of these stores that you can see. The work is not there. That's not how it works. But to what capacity do you have to learn before your world is messed up? I told y'all, what, 2 weeks ago, when you are getting this work done by me, if you are not living in a different tax bracket, buying your own land, buying your own cars, getting a new house, court cases being dropped left and right, and more importantly, when you're taking my classes and you do your own work and it's not working, get up. If you are not being fulfilled at the table you're sitting at, get up and leave. Don't let hope harm you. And I know I'm late bringing Queen Mother in. I just saw what time it is. And so this is super, super important to understand. With the reason I'm bringing Queen Mother in is we have to talk about justice. My Papa Fonfon, Queen Mother's Papa Fonfon as well, he had a dream and came to me and said, Queen, could you tell me what this means? I told him, I said, Papa, the Lord is saying, if you do this, justice will be had and they will take you from this place. That was in the August 16th. August 22nd, he turned around and did the opposite of what I told him. A month from that, he found out he had cancer. 3 or 4 months from that, he was gone. Accountability. And so I wanted to bring Queen Mother in. And Queen Mother, I'm going to, I just put a link below. I just put a link below. That you can click on Queen Mother and even Clan Mother, okay? And we're going to speak on how when you actually have authority, the cost of that. So as I mentioned to y'all at the beginning, this is not tragedy that you're witnessing. It's accountability. This is not an attack that this person is going through. This is not a coup that was done. This is literally called spiritually and mundanely slapping your hand. But retribution is coming because what has been done doesn't just touch the people that you have abused. And I'm talking about your employees. I'm talking about your partner. Okay. I'm talking about the community. You got a list, a content, comment section 3 days long that is talking about, what about the work y'all did for me? Playing with people's spiritual lives is no different than messing with their actual lives, because some people only have their faith and their spirituality and that spiritual path to wake up and breathe into, right? And I'm going to tell you something, okay? Let me say this part clear. This video isn't so people to stop going over there and stop doing business with them and for you to come to me. I'm trying to get into, but it's, oh goodness, Queen Mother, really? That's odd. Trying to get into this, but must download and install Chrome. That's interesting. Even whenever you click the because most of the time, if you just click the link, it lets you on. If you need to do that, you can. If you need, oh, Clan Mother is here. Yes, if you need to do that, Queen Mother, you can. Because you've come on before without it being a problem. And I don't know if it's if you've been on your iPad or if you were on the whatever, but I want to speak to the space. And so right now we're going to bring Clan Mother in while we wait on Queen Mother. Say go, Clan Mother. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, one moment. Make sure that you're unmuted, please, Clan Mother. All right,
Like,
there you go. Say go, grandmother.
say go
How
and
are
bonjour,
you?
my friend.
Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. So, Clan Mother, I'm glad that you came on because I wanted to, and everyone, if you do not know, Clan Mother actually is one of the presenters of the 2025 HOODOO Queen CONJURE FETE. So please make sure that you all do go and get your tickets. Links are over in the description box. Clan Mother, you're going to actually have a video coming out with our interview where we'll be talking about what you'll be bringing forth, so forth and so on. But Clan Mother, I want to just ask you because we don't only see this kind of constant exploitation of culture in hoodoo, in voodoo. We also see it in the indigenous community. But what I know for certain is this: the ancestors will raise you, put you on a pedestal just for everybody to see what accountability and what retribution and what spiritual disobedience looks like. They will use you as an example in everything you thought you have, you've never had. But only by their grace and mercy, they've allowed you to parade and prance as though you have. And you see this again just with indigenous communities. So, in that space, Clan Mother, what does it look like in the indigenous community when when you're Isabel, the indigenous yoga teacher, um, what does it look like when little Isabel out here pretending to be indigenous, exploiting people, not giving respect to actual indigenous individuals? What does that look like? What does that look like when it comes to justice and accountability?
Sorry, it was repeating. It's like an echo double, so I was just waiting for it to finish. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've seen a lot of that stuff, and it's not good. You get dragged through the mud basically, and that rug will be pulled out quickly from underneath you. And through Indian country, everybody knows your business. Everybody knows everybody. So the talk would be quickly within an hour of the whole East Coast. You know, it could even range to continue from East Coast to West or to the North or down to the South, depending on how many links and, communication line that you have with other people, um, other tribes, other spiritualists, other medicine people. It can range even a lot further. You will get not only in public that somebody would approach you, you would get the phone calls. You basically would get told off, put in your place on a mundane level, but then that spiritual level kind of kicks in. And there's usually no comment on that. There usually is no person um, who might say it's like them who might have put something there to, fix them. Basically, you wouldn't know that, but you would see a lot of that will affect them and yours for being disrespected. You'll be shut down. You're not going to attend any social powers, meetings, ceremonies. I've seen so many things. Even if somebody didn't even give you an eagle feather to an elder,
Mm.
much disrespect and the bad that comes with that, just of that one little thing. You are torn up from the floor up, and it does not last a week, it doesn't last a month. That will continue for a very long time. And it can be a couple years after, and it will be brought up again. And if someone sees you 20 years later, "Oh, I remember you at the Sweat Lodge. You're the one who said," they'll never let it go.
I thank you for saying that because I'm going to mute you just in case it is an echo. I don't hear an echo on my end, but just in case. Um, Queen Mother, you're going to need to, it says device not connected, and it says you'll need to connect their mic or cam before they can stream. So make sure that your camera is connected or something, Queen Mother. But we have time, no worries. Don't stress about it. If we need to come back in and do another video, we can. But to Clan Mother's point, it is a mundane approach that you're going to get. So people know, people talk. For example, I could care less about what happens in New Orleans. I could care less. There's nothing in New Orleans that's going to raise me up and lift me up and all of these things. Like that's not my space. That's not my ministry. It's just not, point blank, period. And it's because of these kind of people, right? But it's super important to understand, like, the communities are small. The communities are small. And sometimes, and I love this, as I mentioned this earlier, you're not going to find me supporting a space and place like that or people like that. You're not going to find Queen Mother or Clan Mother supporting or operating with these kinds of people either, because first and foremost, it damages our actual spiritual lineages, our integrity, our courts, our houses, etc., so forth and so on. And so we have to keep things separate. Yes, it would be great if we just be all supportive, but that's not how it really goes. And so, yes, I'm just looking at Queen Mother to see if she was in. Yeah, no, it just says device not connected. But it's really important that we understand that. And then it is also that spiritual space. And so when people, like, even for example, the situation in New Orleans, people going, it's like a whole legal battle. It is a legal battle, but it's not just a legal battle because this is the first time this thing has happened. This is not the first time this thing has happened. This is a constant, this is a repeat. And I'm going to tell you something. The reason why, like Clan Mother was saying that you will see things happen for years and years and years and years, you know why? Because the leopard doesn't change its spot and snakes don't stop slithering. So the thing about it is, you are that person. You are just that person. And for that reason, you're going to keep getting that reminder because you're not changing. You don't care to change because it's truly who you are. So I appreciate you, Clan Mother, for bringing that up. And then it is that spiritual aspect. And what's confusing to me, not even confusing to me, but what's interesting to me is that people, again, are either so hungry for help or they are so infatuated with the social clout that they literally dismiss all the things. Why are you going to Indigenous Isabel over in the yoga studio talking about let's sage the place and blend and cleanse, all of this stuff? And so this is what another important point that I wanted to bring up. Why is it when you go to New Orleans, the face of hoodoo, the face of voodoo, even some indigenous spaces, are never people from the culture or community? This girl is a Cali girl. You are a Cali girl. Be a Cali girl. Be a Cali witch. It's fine. You can be a Cali witch in New Orleans. Bring your Cali magic to New Orleans. It's a great space to do it. That's why a lot of magical people go there to open up businesses, or even some people aren't even in New Orleans, but they'll put a New Orleans address for the sake of selling. Okay? But the thing about it is, you can be you, but being you would cost you. Because to be you and people see for who you are, it looks like 4 women leaving your shop. with your soon-to-be ex-husband. It looks like the Manbo who put you on don't have nothing to do with you. So what's interesting is this. Someone asked this question. They said, Queen, and I'm telling you, I got these questions. Someone said, and I want y'all to listen to this well. Please listen up real good. Clan Mother, I'm gonna remove you from here, and I may bring you back on or ask you to come back on after Queen Mother. So you're just not here. Okay. Thank you for your comments thus far. So the thing is this. Because somebody literally DM'd me and they said, Queen, how does this happen? How does this happen? Where's the elders? Where's the societe? Y'all listen to me. You may want to screen record this and repost it. Where are her elders? Where is the societe? Where is the house? Where is the community? There are no elders. Because one, from my understanding and from what I heard from elders, is the first elder you couldn't get with romantically. The second elder you threw under the bus after they put you on. The third, you now were telling people they've made a coup and attacked you and took everything from you. But if you were Manbo, and you are all of this, where are yours? Where are yours? There is no community there because the only thing that validates this individual's experience or even existence is popularity. It's popularity. You looked a certain way, it was sellable. You used HOODOO, you exploited it. But this is no different than, and again, let me go ahead and say this too. It's not just this Manbo. You have this Manbo who has ran through. I'm so sorry, Queen Mother. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it's not letting you come on. Because I mean, you've come on here before and it wasn't an issue. Someone in the chat says, and people were telling her years ago not to call it HOODOO. She is a Dominican first, then she was Cuban, and then she became Haitian. So again, y'all, these are not just my words. These are not just my words. This is literally how it has gone. And every time I'm going to change the way I speak and all of this stuff, I'm like, what why can't you just be a Cali girl? What's wrong with being a Cali girl? Now, I've got you off screen though, Clan Mother, but is that Jeffrey I see behind you? Hold on real quick. I'm going to put you back on real quick then. Hello, Jeffrey. Un moment s'il te plaît. Sego. I can't hear you. Un moment s'il te plaît. How are you, Jeffrey?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So everybody, this is Jeffrey. You all may have seen him in the CONJURE FETE promotion. I hated to tell Clan Mother, but I said, Clan Mother, I said, you know, Jeffrey came through. Jeffrey and I had a talk. And I said, Jeffrey did his big one. So you all are going to get an opportunity to hear that, interview, to hear that conversation. And it's just a pleasure. There's so much there. But it was a pleasure seeing you, Jeffrey.
It was a pleasure seeing you.
Absolument, merci. So I wish I knew who this was. So manipulation at its finest. Absolument. And so this is a thing that is constant. All right. I wanted to bring this up. So, again, if you are this kind, highly high frequency, and let me go back because I got off because Jeffrey distracted me. I saw him in the background. So the thing is, you have one Manbo there. And there's one Manbo I actually know and trust. One in New Orleans. Only one. She's a true elder. Impressive Magic, Queen Mother, Impressive Magic wants to know what device are you using. She may be able to help you out, Queen Mother. So, so the thing is, you have one Manbo there who seems to be blessed. She's not of African descent. Her husband owns the majority of the real estate in New Orleans, and she's a great artist. Why is she the face of Haitian voodoo? When you're looking at the documentaries, when you're looking at the tarot sets, when you're looking, why is this one the face? Why is it that the other one, there's another one, whose husband is really big in the entertainment spaces in New Orleans, has a societe in Mississippi. Now, mind you, the majority of these spaces are not, well, first and foremost, the one in New Orleans has almost no people of color. How do you have a whole societe and no pepper? How does that work? How does that work? And then you have this other society, which has a different group of people altogether. Yes, and so that's the thing about it. A lot of people admire the aesthetics, but they're blind by the aesthetics. But I will just say, if you know, you know. Go look at when I started the dark aesthetics 10 years ago, and when somebody completely rebranded, is all I'm saying. Go check it out. When I was in a double wide trailer in Beauregard, Alabama, with the bonjour and all, go check it out, is all that I'm saying. But here's the thing about it. How is it that there is no community? And the only, now, and this is what, and I wanted to bring these things up about the faces of Haitian voodoo, the faces of indigenous people. Okay? All right? Clan Mother to this day, and you will hear us talk about this in her interview, cannot get enough people to support and hear her voice to be recognized federally. And that's the problem. There will be in the interview that I do with Clan Mother, there will be a class or a larger interview that you can purchase. Those proceeds go to Clan Mother so that they can get the lawyer fees and the legal fees taken care of so that they can do the work they need to do. They're known by state, but federally they are refusing to acknowledge them. Why? Because they would then owe them. Here, Mother, I can bring you back on real quick if you want to speak on that.
Okay, sorry. I put a comment in private chat, and I'm trying to get it to comments. I thought it went to comments.
Oh, I see. No, it's here. The money, fame, limelight, and some of the things Queen Co said when blocking never knew you were. Could you talk about that real quick so I don't have to read it?
Oh no, yeah, that's fine. So when Queen Cole was talking about how they blocked her, they didn't even know who she was, and people were asking, "Do you know her? Do you know her?" People like that with the money, fame, and the limelight. Some of the things that you were speaking on, people will go around with all kinds of people trying to put that power of fear and that they better. They're walking around that they got all the power and the spirituality and they know more than everybody from like sun up to sundown. But then they'll see a side that they don't want to see, that is shown to them for acting that way. But that's how they do. They walk around like they got the more power than anybody else spiritual wise. And when there's no elders, there's a reason for that. That's because you're not supported. That you have to have legit elders. They have to be very well known.
And not only that, and this is a big part, and please, y'all go ahead and screen record this. The reason there's no elders to go to help you so that you're not being attacked and you don't have to go through this trauma. And the reason why there is no community there is because you created a world that does not exist. What you are doing, or what she was doing, and what a lot of them are doing in New Orleans isn't voodoo, is not hoodoo, is not Haitian, is not even New Orleans voodoo. And so literally, you're looking, well, first and foremost, she doesn't have to look, and they don't have to look because you got a husband that'll pay for this, alimony that'll pay for that. And you then, the other one has the popularity for people go, oh my goodness, she's being attacked. Let me send $1,000. Let me tell you something, Clan Mother. This girl or somebody started a $10,000 GoFundMe for her. Within a matter of days, she had 13,000. Once she saw that the money was beyond, she raised the limit to almost 20,000. And people who don't know her but know the aesthetics and have seen the Vice documentaries and those things are the ones that are donating.
Damn, it's that easy. Let me send me up a little GoFundMe.
Well, all you have to do is exploit. All you have to do is exploit your people. Yes, just exploit your people and run around with little Isabel.
It's funny, but it's not. And you're right at that. But it's sad to see that, because not only is that one particular person going to be hurt, all of you who are trickling or running behind there and all that support, a lot of times you will see whoever helps out in that particular person or situation, they are also affected in a negative way.
Absolutely. And so if someone Idris, Marcel, Josie, if any of you are able to help Queen Mother to any capacity, that would be great. Regarding this, I don't know why she's not able to connect on. She's been able to connect on before.
Really, so you can help Queen Mother can't get on. You do all the technology. Yeah, help her.
Give him your phone to maybe text Queen Mother so that they can figure that out. Super. Hello, Arcelius. So I just put them away back a little bit. But so the thing about it is this. So, and I want to repeat myself so that it's clear. When you, and I've told y'all this for years. Yes, it probably work on the iPad, on the iPhone better. So if you have an iPhone, Queen Mother, you want to set the iPhone, you can do that, and it may just work that way. The quality may not be as good, but if you want to try that. But we're here, no worries. I want to say this again, and I've mentioned this for years. Do not create your path. Connect to the path. You don't have to create anything. New Orleans Voodoo, you see them having Oshun and LIVRE and Paris Hilton all on one space. So, oh, here's Queen Mother right here.
I got it.
Oh, voila.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody.
Respect, Queen Mother.
I'm so sorry about
No. No, not at all.
Say go.
So Queen Mother, I am so again honored to have you here and to have you speak in this space, because I haven't even gotten to the sad fishing of it all yet. And I'm certain you may have been able to listen to this, because this individual, I will just sort of bring this up now, went live about an hour or so, whole thing about how she's been attacked and all of these things and all of the tragedy. And people are literally donating by the thousands, some by the hundreds. And we're sitting here and we're going, how is it that none of these maybes who wants to be Mambos in New Orleans are getting the support due to popularity? And I'm going to tell you, it is victim vibing, it is trauma bonding, and it's exploiting some of y'all's real pain. It's exploiting some of your real abuse. That's what's really going on, but that's what a predator does. And so this is happening. And then people go, then why, Queen, why is it that you didn't get the support you needed when it came to IVF? It's because I don't lie. I'm not sad fishing. I'm not going to pretend that the world is crumbling down for me to rebrand and come up with a new line of becoming the Belize Bruja. Join me at my retreat in the jungle. Nope, it's not going to be that thing. Why is it that when we have this interview with Queen Mother and I say, here's a link that you all can click on and purchase the full interview, we get 1 or 2, maybe 3 purchases, but not understanding that what is being accumulated is going to orphanages in Benin. They're going to the things that Queen Mother needs in order to meet different delegations in different places and spaces and able to make actual change. We have actual religions that should be recognized the moment we wake up. And Queen Mother has that ability. She has that authority, but cannot get enough people to see and hear her as royalty. Clan Mother as Indigenous excellence. Myself as royalty. And it's because we're not exploiting the people. We're not using the people. We're not abusing the people. We're not hurting the people. And we know that we're still going to get to where we need to go, but it would be such a nice thing and quite a blessing to be able to have the same support your local charlatan does. And more importantly, when I was speaking with Queen Mother the other evening, we spoke on the space of justice and how when you step into this space and you pretend or you hold these titles, accountability is had. Queen Mother, could you speak more on that for us, especially as all 3 of us are here that really hold titles, but truly, what does this look like? What have you seen over the years, and what is your take on, and this is why in your interview I asked, do you find it difficult or challenging to be recognized and acknowledged?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, thank you for your patience, Queen Clan Mother, and everyone who is on the call. It has been a challenge, I think, first and foremost, because many of us don't really understand the nature of what our traditions are. Everybody has a path. Everybody has a role to play. I didn't ask for this. At least I didn't consciously ask for this. I may have made a prenatal agreement to do this, just as everyone else here may have made some arrangement with their creator to do a certain body of work. But I know I came into this world kicking and screaming about this when I became conscious of it. And when I'm talking about coming into this world, I'm talking about the kind of rebirth that takes place with initiation, the rebirth that takes place with having a consecrated head, the rebirthing that occurs when you understand your responsibility, especially as a warrior, that you've got to move through a path, chopping down trees and bushes, doing all sorts of things, getting scraped and bruised and bumped, and stung by things in order to not only fulfill the work that you have to do, but the work and the responsibility for a greater community. Each of us the three of us who are here understands that we've got responsibilities over and beyond those to ourselves and our immediate families. We understand that the issue of justice is about, it's about balance, it's about equilibrium. I have to be properly aligned with myself, with my creator, with the Lwa, with the Nkisi, with the Voodoo, the Orisha, with my ancestors. I got to make things right with them. And outside of that, I've got to make things right and keep things in balance for those for whom I am responsible for. So if somebody's like swinging this way, right? Somehow I've got to manage things in such a way that not only do I help you get your situation back in order, but that the bigger community that we are a part of also remains in order. This is a tremendous amount of work. It's a heavy responsibility. What little good that we get out of this, if it's not, because it's really not money. It's perhaps the visibility. It's perhaps the respect, and it is perhaps the love that people have for us. That's all that we get. Now, if you want the responsibility and the love and the respect, you can have it, but you got to do the work. You have to be held accountable. You have to be in constant divine order and be a moral person. Understand when this thing over here is kind of funky, ain't acting right, ain't doing nobody no good. And we've got to go over to that thing. We've got to go speak to that person, and we've got to try to rectify things. Do we get slapped upside our heads every so often? Yes, we do. But it is precisely because of our understanding and our obedience to the sense of what is just, to this charge that we were given, that we get up and we keep going and we keep moving and we keep doing what we were instructed is the right thing to do. And a lot of people don't like that, because when I hold myself accountable, guess what? I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna hold you accountable, and I'm gonna hold you accountable too. And I think we've come to find ourselves in a space collectively where this issue of accountability is just not something we want to do. We want to blame other people. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to be possessed in that sense of, I'm sure some of you have seen these images of people's eyes rolling back behind their heads. It isn't just possession and they're in another world. They are deeply within themselves. It is sort of the ultimate manifestation of meditation, of self-reflection, and going deep within oneself, so that what is on the inside is manifest outside. And again, that inside-outside balance, that as above, so below sense of balance is clear. That as we move along the four movements of the sun, the movements of the moon, that we understand what season that we're in. We understand the cycle we have to go through. We accept the ups and the downs of it, of the pluses and the minuses of it. Again, it's not easy work, but this is the responsibility that we have, which is why not everyone should become a priest, or everyone can be called to do this kind of work, and which is why everyone cannot be a queen mother, a clan mother. Our moral character is what has allowed us to be in the place that we are. Our ancestors and spirit have decided, you have this charge, you have this responsibility. Because I know, spirit knows, if we don't do the work, it's our behinds that are going to get kicked first.
And may I add, Queen Mother, I'm so sorry to interrupt, because there was a point that you mentioned about, there's a lot of things that you're saying about the space of accountability. and knowing that within ourselves. And I want people to understand, because sometimes people hear us, but they're not listening. So to make it a little bit more plain for some people, understand this, and I've always told you this. If you cannot step in this space with truth, you can't step into the space with integrity. You can't step into space and recognize accountability, because you have fabricated every ounce of perceived value you put out there. You know, it's the candles, it's the dirt, it's the powder, it's all of these things. And now here we are again. And Queen Mother can also speak to this, speak, and not necessarily speak deeply on this person, but Queen Mother also, and this is something important here. I am not out here looking for the shenanigans and the shenanigans in New Orleans. Queen Mother isn't. Clan Mother isn't. But Queen Mother, haven't you also received links from people about this individual, about their poor personification and character?
Well, I have. I'm in New Orleans. The only person in the hoodoo community I'm really in touch with on a regular basis is the one and only hoodoo queen. Um, and so, but I know that over the years, whenever people or someone wasn't acting right, whenever there was a situation that was out of hand, and it could be happening on the highest level, a cardinal in Haiti, says something that's out of sorts and is diminishing our community, insulting us. They let me know because they expect me to do something about it.
Mhm.
And so, in the case of this particular individual, whom I don't know, I knew of her because I went online. I don't know how I got this information like that. Oh, I'm not going to say the name.
Yes.
I said, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. And the first person I called was Queen Code, because I said, this person, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that they have ripped your ideas off, that they are doing the same thing that you are. It's like they don't even have the imagination to put their own little twist on things.
And I tell you, Queen Mother, and it dawned on me the other day, excuse me for interrupting, but again, nobody in the community spoke of or heard about Wanga until you in your book. That's through the Conjure South publication. And then all of a sudden, same person now are teaching Wanga classes.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and so people like that who are essentially thieves. And that's okay, because maybe that's the arrangement that she made with her creator to come down here, and I'm going to be the best thief there is.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what her journey is.
And that teaches all of us.
Yeah.
It teaches all of us.
Yeah. And so you have to recognize the thingliness of a thing. You have to recognize the person, the aura, the scent of it. You have to recognize it for what it is. See it, but more importantly, listen to it, because your eyes can always deceive you. Your ears never will, right? And so when you hear, when you understand, when you're experiencing something, and you know it viscerally, listen to that gut. If that person is in fact a thief, that person is a scammer, that person is something that you know you shouldn't be messing with because you are likely to be its victim as well, then move. Here, the door is open. Go do you. Let them do whatever they have to do. Whatever comeuppance they're going to get, that's on them. But we have to stay in our lane. We have to continue to provide excellence, to provide integrity, to point people in the direction of truth. Because I can't speak for anybody else here, but when I mess up, let me tell you, I don't have to wait for anything. The repercussions of it are immediately. They're like that. They're like that. So I know, don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, don't do this, don't, all those things that we are not supposed to do to be upright human beings. I don't go there, because I know the moment I fall off of my path, I'm going to get it. I'm going to be punished immediately. That's the swift hand of justice doesn't waste any time with me.
Mhm.
And sometimes, because we are like that, we are acutely aware of that. We do project, we do instill a form of tough love that people who are too used to being coddled and fondled and taken care of like little babies, when you are grown ass people, right? We can't provide that for you. We can't do that for you, because we love you so much, and we also see what's coming down the road.
Mhm.
And we want to help you avoid any of that. It is a manifestation of our guardianship,
Mhm.
right? We are our guardians and stewards that way. That's what the charge that we were given. And again, a lot of people don't like that, so
Mhm.
they won't support us. And sometimes when you're too busy doing the work, you don't have time to do all the marketing and the promoting and
Exactly.
all of those things.
Exactly. Exactly. And I want to say this part too regarding the thing about the space of, not getting that support and those kinds of things, but I wanted to bring up the point that when we are talking about this and we're having this discussion, everyone, please don't look at this conversation as a direct reflection to this one individual. This conversation applies to any and everybody that is here and beyond. Because sometimes people get really caught up, somebody gonna share this, it'll eventually get back to old girl or whatever, and she'll probably make a repost about it and all of those things, but the facts are facts. The facts are simply facts. And speaking of facts, I want to mention two things. First and foremost, for anyone that is here, first and foremost, thank you all for being here. Clan Mother, Queen Mother, thank you for being here. But also to the viewers, those that are in the comments, if you are interested in this month's community service, the links are over in the bio. You can check that out. All of the things are right there. You can read up on it. Tuesday is the last day to get a part of all of that, the bundles and all of the great wonderful things. If you don't know about it, talk about it. But what I wanted to say was this: when you operate in truth and you respect truth, I know before this, after me completely, I'm not made for everybody. The work that I have been anointed to do, I may not have the anointing that you need for the work that you need. So I may send you to Queen Mother, I may send you to Clan Mother, I may send you to Witch Mama, I may send you to somebody else. But understand that this isn't a Queen Cotalia grab from another business or company or whatever. No matter how much truth I give you, I still may not be the one for you. Even with me being as truthful as I am, I may be for you until you work for yourself because you got the ability to do so. You know, and it's not this monopolized kind of thing. But another thing too is this, and I want y'all to listen to me very, 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 very well. You still may not understand because somebody said that I think now that she's up 15,000. Okay. I want you to understand this. You may say, Queen, how is it that, why are people that supportive? Well, first and foremost, these are people who don't know her, people who have not had interactions with her, people who who have transactions, companies and sponsorships and those kind of things, but not actual clients, customers, employees. But let me tell you something that's also true to even those that just follow. Rather it's her or the other Mambos or the hoodoo priestess or the hoodoo spiritualist or the Papa Hoodoo God or whatever you want to call these spiritual entertainers, there are more people that are, I just put it to you like this, there are more people that operate in a lie, in a fantasy. So if oh my goodness, today I decided to come here on YouTube, Queen Mother and Clan Mother, to tell you, but everything that's going on in New Orleans it's an attack on me. Everything that's happening to her actually happened to me. And this is all a coup just to bring me down and tear me up. And people just don't understand. And so that's a really easy way to play on your sympathy, your empathy, your heartstrings. So I can profit off of it. This is that sad fishing. This is that, oh my goodness, this man did me wrong. Really? And what about the women there? And what about the Mambos before that? And the Ogun before that? No, you're not the victim. You're the villain. Wear your tag proud. That's the real title. But the thing is, you cannot, the reason why people don't understand why the support is so big there is because the majority of people operate out of inauthenticity. Most people do. Most people want me to they want Queen Mother to say, yes, you are Manbo. You are Ogun. And guess what? For 3 easy payments in $19.99, you too can be a Queen Mother. You know, they want to run they want to go to Clan Mother and go, Clan Mother, I just feel this indigenous spirit all over me. I just need to be on the red road. And they want Clan Mother to say, yes, child, you are the descendant of Pocahontas. You know, and people are like, yes, I felt it. I knew it. My past childhood trauma and the life the past life situation of it all. And so it goes into all of that, and more people operate. And y'all say, Queen, is that true? Yes. Check
Yes.
your social media. Check your social media. You are more interested in the entertainment than you are for the changes in the world. You are more interested in the beguiling of it all right, than you are actually of the issues that need to be dealt with. You're not over here reposting about the indigenous women and men and children that are being taken. No, you're imposing the zodiac reader who's giving you all the things. Yes, God. Or you are posting the voodoo is on New Orleans, just giving you the smoke and all of those things. It's the entertainment. It's the reason why the majority of the time that you see a picture of yourself, you don't recognize yourself because there's a filter on it.
Yeah, that's a whole, it is all about smoke and mirrors.
And the falsehood is a reality. And if you don't believe me, ask our next president. Because it don't matter about truth. Truth doesn't matter anymore. The value of truth holds no weight. But if I can make myself relatable to you, this is the key inside the door. That is where the money is. If you don't believe me, ask Rihanna and Beyonce. Rihanna's a billionaire because she's relatable. Beyonce is a fantasy. You want to see her, but you will never be her. But you feel that you can be Rihanna. And so you support that. Okay? It is this thing. And so when I tell you all, if you don't operate in truth, you can't operate in your Ashe. You can't operate in your highest. You can't receive the things. And that's very unfortunate. Because you have a real Queen Mother, you have a real Clan Mother, you have a real Queen Kotalia, you have all of these actual individuals that need your support outside of the day-to-day things.
Yes, and you know, a lot of this is also about, there's no quick fix. And I think so many people in our society have been led to believe that there is a quick fix.
It's
That
a filter.
being clickbait, the likes, the followers, that's not doing the work. When you click on and do something, yeah, it'll help somebody ultimately, especially if they get enough numbers. But whether you're Rihanna, you want to be like Rihanna, you're Beyonce, you want to be like her, or any of the royalty that is in front of you right now, the one thing we have in common is we're always doing the work. We're always doing the work. It's work to just be yourself, and you've been elevated like Rihanna has been to a certain place, but she's trying to make herself. She's trying to get you to that with her, and she does that. But that is work, because she's also working against forces that don't allow her, that don't want her to necessarily be relatable. But she has persevered. It's working, and I guess somebody else is monetizing on this as well. So they're letting her be. Beyonce, she might want to be more relatable too, but there are pressures on her to stay where she is. This fantasy, and so there's that kind of spiritual push and pull that's being done, as well as all the administrative, the financial, the discipline that is involved. And so that's the other thing. All of us have a sense of discipline. If we don't do this, or we have to constantly be doing certain things in order to maintain our status quo, in order to stay in alignment with spirit, to be in that place of justice, and to be able to extend that to all of you. So discipline and hard work and patience are things that all of us have to develop in order to be in that state of equilibrium, and to be successful in our lives.
I love that. And as I tell people, you hear things, but then you hear things, and then you're listening. When I listen to you, Queen Mother, this is one of those things where I tell people, you are enough. You are enough. You're a Cali girl. Be a Cali girl. Bring it to New Orleans, and bring your Cali witchcraft or Cali magic to New Orleans. It's fine. You are a Mississippi girl. Don't exploit again the Zapp's voodoo chips, and not $2 been sent to Haiti. Queen Mother brought that up years ago. People are just like raping the culture in every way, whether it's indigenous, voodoo, hoodoo, etc. And the worst, and people say, well, Queen, why does it seem so badly on her and not the others? Because she's a person of color and she knows better, or she should know better. But just because you play skin folk and you're not kinfolk, Spirit gonna say, you know what, baby, let me go ahead and put you right on up here, and boop, and bring you on down. Because that is a real thing. And I do tell people, because people may say, Queen, that's a lot of hearsay, a lot of talk, etc., so forth and so on. But we talk about accountability, and I do want people to understand about this space about support. So I want to bring this up real quick. This was sent to me, I don't know how long ago, but here's an example, all right, of this particular person. Allegations from a former employee from this particular space. This was sent to me. I don't go looking for it. They posted this in this particular group. I don't even know if this particular group even exists anymore. But here's what they had to say. I'm a former employee of blah, blah, blah. Please be careful who you trust, where you're getting your spiritual products from. I worked there a year now, and I am disconnected from that space. All is fake. Everything is fake, from the product to the people, all of that. Okay. I told you this particular individual. You may say, well, Queen, why is this happening like this? It's happening like this because of the next part. For example, I find out that what is being practiced obviously is not hoodoo, Haitian voodoo, or anything remotely close. The FETE are not that are being advertised on social media are all for show. The altars are fake. The energy that was being siphoned from me is disgusting. And the way I was treated in the space as a trans person was disgusting, because they talk about this individual is homophobic, transphobic. She doesn't really vibe with the LGBTQI plus community. And so she made particular people work in particular spaces, so forth and so on. Making this particular person, as well as what I heard, dark-skinned people work in the back of the store by this same former employee. The colorism that exists in the space is also disturbing and disgusting. You know, and so my thing is, again, as I tell people, I don't step into a space with lies. I don't step into a space with negative or bad intentions or any of those things. But facts are facts. This is from an alleged former employee that brought these things up. And so you have to think about this. Okay. If the husband is suing or sending you legal documents as a strike because you have been abusive, first and foremost, you are not going to manhandle a Haitian man, first and foremost, period. That ain't happening. And how foolish of you to think so. And he's a Bizongo priest who smacked their head on the pavement that morning. So anyways, if you will, and then the employees are talking about you are abusing them, want to demote them, all of these different things. This isn't the first time this has been said. This is not the second time this has been said. There and Queen Mother and others have seen this, but there is about maybe a day and a half long blog that you can read her whole history, essentially, that also speaks to this space. And so the guided butterfly said, all I'm asking is, where's her protection if she is so powerful? And this is where I go to say this point, to be honest, to be very honest, there is no power. There is popularity. And in one of her public posts, and this is not allegedly, this is a public post that was put out there, these people, her husband and these women, are undermining your authority. Let me make this point clear. Because someone does not acknowledge your popularity is not undermining your authority. Because you are popular does not give you authority. What you said you had from Manbo so-and-so no longer exists. That was nothing. You have no authority. You now exploited this man. I'm going to put it that way kindly. You exploited this man to validate yourself as Manbo and Bizongo and etc. so forth and so on. And now, due to the fact that possibly you can't afford what he provides, that validation is going, you're no longer verified. But so now it's an attack. Now it's toxic. Now it's a coup. All of these things. Yes, Queen Mother?
But you said something much earlier. You used the word corruption. Corruption. As I was listening to the story of this individual and sort of pulling together the timeline, I said to myself, wait a minute. She completed her initiation, and then 4 months later she got married. You're not supposed to be sleeping with anybody after you complete your initiatory or
what you say, Queen Mother?
You're not
the people in the back.
body. All right. I'm not going to get into the details of where you're supposed to sleep or any of that, but you're not supposed to be sleeping with anybody, because I mentioned a rebirthing process. Is when you finish with the Jevon, you are considered a child. You're supposed to dress a certain way. You're supposed to be back home at a certain time. You're supposed to sleep a certain way in a certain place. There are stipulations. There's a règlement. There's a rule. There's a process that you have to follow from beginning to end. I talked about obedience. You don't obey 50%, 75%. 99.9%. If you're going to do this, you do it 100%. You do it 100% the right way. You do it from beginning to the end. And if you can't do that, You start all over again, or you get out.
And Queen Mother,
And
see,
so you start out in a corrupt manner, you're tainted. Sal, it's dirty, right? It's dirty, it's sal. And you continue along the way. And just like a kind of spore or mold, the thing just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And so if she started out this way, then everything else that she touches is going to have the same experience. Contaminated, will be corrupted, will be compromised that way.
That Queen Mother, and see, that's what I tell a lot of people when it comes to Haitian voodoo and what they think they're out here doing and the things they don't know, and how I constantly say, first and foremost, you're not of age to even truly be Manbo. You're not of age. I will make this point clear. I've said it before. In the process of me going through ceremony, etc., initiation, there was a fete where Papa Ogu came down through our Papa Fonfon, and Ogu came down, Papa Ogu came down and said, you are to be Manbo, etc., so forth and so on. I'm like, okay, great, fine, high five, whatever. Whenever that time comes or when it comes. But I went to Queen Mother, after things happened with Papa Fonfon, and I said, so where do I go from here? Queen Mother said, if you want to be Manbo today, I'll make you Manbo. Here, now you're Manbo. She was like, because the truth is, you're not old enough. You haven't lived long enough for even particular spirits to recognize you, number one. And so all of y'all's little New Orleans Manbos and Ogons, then I'm gonna give you a lower number. It's a higher number. So if they are under the age of 45, what are they doing? And even in that space of talking about being a child, even if you were initiated as Manbo at 40, it's going to take you probably at least a decade to 15 years to learn, know, be with the spirits. Because by that time, the next Manbo or Ogun will probably be leaving out, and then you come in. This is why there's only one Manbo in Ogun per societe. There's not 13 New Orleans. Why is everybody here a priest and priestess? Because somebody had bills to pay. Somebody had to put out a new marketing scheme or scam. And this is what I'm telling y'all when it comes to these timelines and things. First and foremost, you can't meet a Manbo in January and 5 months later become Manbo. Just in general. Queen Mother, let me ask you this, and you may or may not can answer this, and I think you can, but I do know that people do go to Haiti and they go there for about a week to get their LIVRE and Conzo. Does that make a Manbo or Ogun?
Only by paper,
Okay.
only by design, and no, it doesn't, because even before you get to that point, really there should be the initiation starts before the actual rite itself. And so there's a whole lot of work, things you have to give up, things you cannot do, things that you have to secure, a state of mind, a state of being that you need to be in, spiritual preparedness before the actual rite itself. And
I thank you for that. And I thank you for that, Queen Mother, and it also makes me think Papa Fonfon, because I met him in December. My LIVRE was not until the next year.
Yeah.
So that is pretty telling, just with the integrity he had and his seriousness of the religion.
Yeah. And people are too impatient. They want this, they want that, even outside of our traditions, even like in Freemasonry. Oh, I want to be a 32-degree Mason. All right, sure, I can do that for you. Give me a weekend and give me $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
You have a title, but have you actually earned it? No. Do you have the respect? No. Do you have the connaissance? No. You know, there are people who are born, their lineage, such as Queen Co. Who it is it's already that they're born this way. But even she has to go through a process within her own family, within her own recognizes her status, her position, that she has the okay, she's been consecrated, she's been enthroned, she's been installed to assume a certain amount of responsibility. It's work. It requires time. It requires discipline. It requires patience. And money's not going to accelerate your ability to acquire any of that. It's like the patina of gold or silver or any fine metal. It's bright and shiny when you first get it, but over the course of time, there is this beautiful light that just emanates from the thing. And it's only time that allows that to happen. And so our spirit, our knowledges, our connaissance has to emerge luminous, you know, and there's a softness to it. But it is something that will never be taken away once it's acquired. You know,
And
the
the
shiny
beautiful,
stuff. Mm-mm.
and I love the way that you say it can't be taken away. It can't be taken away like 4 people walking out of your store. You know, and now, well, where's my business? What's going to happen? Again, it's a rebranding. When you sad fish, you are fishing to rebrand. And some people here are still asking, you know, is someone equipped to operate in that way? How does one do that? Can this person operate as a Manbo? This goes back to me telling you all, no, because they're not. Just because you all, if I put on a McDonald's manager name card today, it doesn't mean that I can manage McDonald's. You know, even if I purchased it for $20,000, it doesn't mean that I can do that, because that's not how it is. But as the person said, the FETs, they're all advertised, everything is fake, because they are creating what voodoo is to them, or what's going to sell. And they make it based off of what you want, just like an intranquil spirit that makes you believe they're Papa Legba. You want Papa Legba to be in a pink wig and a tuxedo and flip flops. The intranquil spirit gonna show up in a pink wig, tuxedo, and flip flops, making you think what you want, so you will do what is needed, playing you, preying on you. That is what's happening. And so when we go back, when we talk about this space about truth, if this is how this person or anybody starts their journey, Papa Funfun said many, many years ago, it's not about how fast you get there, it's the foot you start on. And if you start in a corrupt fashion with no ethics and all of these things, everything, there's a reason why this is not the end. So even once this individual rebrands and all of that jazz, it will happen again. It will happen again. So what are the repercussions behind faking low-out ultras and FETs? You're watching it, you're seeing it. Why does this individual not have enough knowledge not to be going online talking publicly about things that are legal matters? The spirit's gonna say, I'm gonna let all the people know that your lies are not matching up. She's not in control. She's never been in control. You know, and so, and again, like I said, to those that are looking at the thing, I don't know if this blog is still even a thing, or this page, but that what was brought up by a former employee of that space. And so again, when we're talking about these things, how could you, and this is why I've told y'all many years ago, even who you follow on social media matters, because someone's looking at who you support, and they're trusting what you're doing, and then they do it. Y'all can't follow everybody. You too have a platform. You too have a responsibility. It may not be my responsibility, but it's still a responsibility. It's a problem that we in the Black community are making our dark-skinned brothers and sisters work in the back. And you want to support that and buy candles? It's a problem if you're not supporting your LGBTQI plus community brothers and sisters. There's a problem with that because a lot of people, will say, well, that's not African. That is not an African thing. That was something put on us by the white man. And that is not true. And that's another video for another time. but it's all of these things. But when you operate like that, doesn't it sound very much like that church you went to back when? Because to me, it's smelling like Jesus and kente cloth and incense and head wraps is what it's giving. It's giving very much Abrahamic indoctrination to me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not Ray Charles or Kellen Keller, but I see what I see. It's all of these things. And so I'm going to end with this, and I would love for Queen Mother and Clan Mother to also speak on this. I was speaking to another individual, and they said, Queen, why? And I want to repeat a couple of things, you all, for those that don't get it. The reason this happens is not because it's an attack. It's not because it's a tragic situation. It is called accountability and justice. Okay? But somebody asked the question, well, no, I was talking to a friend and they were saying she's a girl of color, a woman of color, and she was saying that she had spoken to a non-person of color, and they were like, why give your energy to that? Don't give your energy to that. Just let them do them or whatever. And she didn't say anything to them because she was like, it's so exhausting having to constantly say these things. But let me tell you why I decided to go live today. Because again, I don't know that I will profit off of this at all. I don't think that I will. Some people be like, oh my gosh, Queen Italian's a bully. No, truth and facts sound like hate to those that hate truth and facts. If you don't believe me, ask a liar. But don't believe them because they a lie. So the thing is, if truth is not given, if it's not spoken, if it's not made aware of, you will constantly be led and blinded by the shining things the Queen Mother mentioned. You'll be so quick to run after the, ooh, that's giving American Horror Story Coven. Ooh, it's giving Hocus Pocus. Ooh, that's a Sabrina, the Teenage Magic. All, and y'all, and that's where it goes. And that's why I don't have 300,000 followers here. Because I'm not going to blow you up like that. But I can tell you one thing. When you show up at graduation, I can show you how to manipulate the weather. I can show you a video of me making lightning strike. I can show you how to make clouds come. I can show you how to make wind move. I can do it group or by solo. And I'm talking about just pure magic, not even spell work. And then I'm going to give you spell work to do, you to do, not me to do. And when you're able to do that spell work and you can protect your household and I'm building you up, that's not my pocket. When you say your tax bracket has gone up, when you say that you've purchased X amount of land or this car was gifted to you X, Y, and Z, that just, my payment is knowing you have been blessed by the education and the education is going to live on. For example, the House of Idris here walked with Queen Mother Dewoti Desir, a part of her delegation. I didn't say, oh, House of Idris, who you think you is running around with Queen Mother? That's my Queen Mother. You ain't got the ashe and power to do nothing. How dare you? Nope. You know what I said? Make sure you do X, Y, and Z. Know this. spoke with Queen Mother, said, Queen Mother, this individual, upstanding, etc., so forth and so on. If you need something, Idris will be able to help you out here. It was none of that. I had a client that came about last week or so. She lives in Connecticut. I said, you know what? And she was talking a lot about her Indigenous path. Clan mother. Period. Period. Go. I am Indigenous Creek. I didn't grow up on a res. I can't give you that, but she can. Goodbye. But you have to be able to operate in truth. And you have to be able to have these
It's
conversations.
truth that there's an important point that you bring up that we haven't spoken about, and that's the notion of transparency. That's what you were just talking about.
Mm.
When I realized that I knew Idris, who we will be soon referring to as Prince Idris, is coming to Cameroon. Did I not call you and say,
Mm-hmm.
we're in touch? He's
Mm-hmm.
coming. I've asked him to be a part of the delegation. So things stay transparent and clear between us. Just as I know that things are transparent and clear with Clan Mother and Queen Cordelia. We're good. We stay on the same page, and that's where the trust gets built up. It's in the process of being transparent and being consistently transparent in the process, and that's how we maintain our place of equilibrium. That's how justice manifests itself within us. That we're honest, we're open, we're share, we're transparent, and there's no shady business, no backsliding, no nothing going on.
Queen Mother, are you meaning to tell me, did you not send House of Idris an invoice to walk with you?
Well, we ask him. Isn't he on the line?
Yes, he is. You know, that's the thing about it, because it's not even transactional.
Yeah, it's not about that.
It's not transactional even. You can even go and ask Impressive Magic, Josie, Marcel, when it comes to them working on my behalf or standing in for me, doing something or needing something. I'm not asking for a dime. If anything, I'm giving discounts and, hey, look, let me help you out if I can. But it's not that. It is not that. You know, and it's very important to truly understand these spaces. So Queen Mother and Clan Mother, how would you like to see people operate when it comes to people preying on people, exploiting people? Do you feel that it is necessary for them to speak up and to say something? And how should they go about doing it, if so?
Kamala, do you want to?
Sure. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid that someone's going to find out that you said it, or someone's going to throw your name out there as, oh, this person showed me this person contacted me this way. Whatever way you have to do it, I've seen it done in all ways, whether it was email, whether it was a text message, a voice message, a Facebook message, Instagram message, doesn't matter. Either way it was done. As spirit comes through, don't consider it as, oh, reaping what you sowed, you made your bed, now lay in it, it's karma. No. When spirit's coming through and you see all this activity and the things that are occurring and happening to people, that is justice, that is justified. Our us three royals being here, a lot of our old ones and elders are gone. And I guarantee you, as strong and powerful as we know that they all were, that are no longer here, who have placed us here, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be taking place around anywhere around the United States. That would have been shut down on a mundane level, on a verbal level, on a documentation level, HR level, for example, because we have higher ups that we go to, including myself. And I call them HR kind of thing, but ours is really called like the 9 grandmothers, 9 clan mothers. So, and there's people that you'll know and not know around the world. And then it would have been shut down on a spiritual level, depending on how bad it got. I thank you, Queen Co and Queen Mother, you know, and the attendees for today for the questions, because this topic really had to be discussed and occur, because this happens every day, all around the United States. And it's very easy nowadays, and it's gotten way out of hand. You posted up the things up there, and I'm looking and I'm like, all right, okay, here's the indigenous word being used again. Just, you know what I mean? Let's just throw that in there and use it.
Mhm.
I can make a fans, all fans, or only fans, or however you say the account, right? I could be the belly dancer with tarot cards. And the minute I dance and that tarot card falls off, that's a message for you. I guarantee you I'm going to make $1 million in 24 hours.
Mhm.
It's just being abused. It's just horrible. It's disgusting.
And I find it so, it's heartbreaking, it's discouraging, because a lot of people are truly losing their faith beyond their hope. They're losing their faith in our paths, in the traditions, in the customs. They're not even turning to old Jesus boy over there. They're not even none of that. They're just losing it. And so they're out here essentially like zombies, just existing. And for whatever reason, but you know what? I say for whatever reason, Queen Mother made it very clear, and it's something that I know for certain. And it's a conversation I've had with Impressive Magic and B. Josie before. I'm not sure if I had it with myself, but your path was designed for you at your conception, no matter what that is. So if you're a snake, you're going to be a snake. If love in your life is not meant to be on your path, it doesn't matter what you want. And maybe the kind of love that's on your path is a dependent love, meaning you need each other, but you may never have that blissful love because that wasn't meant for you. And if you don't believe me, maybe speak to Zuli Fueda, because she had a path that has something quite similar. Or you can go down the seventh path of Oshun, which is not the Zuli Fueda, but there are different paths, but those paths are your paths. So when you have these snakes, look at them as snakes, no matter how beautiful they are. Yes, the cobra has a beautiful hood, but it's prepared to strike. But it is very, very important to understand that these people, because it's not just this person, it's not just this one business, but these people, however, a lot just happens to be in New Orleans, but they are destroying your faith. They are interrupting the truth of your connection between you and your ancestors. Because they gave you this money candle talking about, oh, yes. Now, mind you, the money candle has a whole bouquet of flowers on top of it. They're giving you these candles. You done set your house on fire. Now you talking about where I'm going to live. And they're talking about, oh, well, you had an attitude with me when you replied. No, they gave you a fire hazard, number one. And there's no magic involved. There's just that. Or there's no spirits involved. But people's faiths are being messed up. You got corrupt people making your candles, making your dirt, making your powders. I'm going to tell you something else too. I'm going to just say, make the logic logical, okay? Why would I shut my business down temporarily because 4 people walked out? Well, I have to shut my business down when 4 people walk out because those 4 people were doing the work, not me. See, here at Conjure South, Queen Cotalia touches those candles, those herbs, those roots, those powders, the dust, the bones, the skin, the curios, you name it. If it doesn't go through me, it doesn't. Period. But if I had a company, a fulfillment, or what is this thing called? Like a chain, a supply chain. When the supply has supplied, when the supply has left, when the chain no longer exists, I don't have business. I need for people to start thinking about that. Why are you shutting down? Aren't you the one? Queen Mother, where are your stances in these spaces, according to speaking up, in addition to being supported? I think you spoke beautifully earlier about acknowledgement.
Yes, I agree with, excuse me, with Clan Mother. The moment you see something untoward, the moment you see something is off kilter, it's off balance, you do have to call people out. You know, part of the beauty of our traditions is, we talk about Mother Earth, we talk about Mama Bon Dieu, is the fact that we are the eyes and the ears and the lips and the mouths and the hands of each other, all right? As long as my stuff is good, my stuff is in balance, so will yours. The moment it gets sallied, made corrupt or dirty, then everything else gets corrupted. And when we allow someone to fall, again, we're going to think about serpents in a positive way.
Yes.
We are each like a scale on that serpent. We all need each other to move, to ambulate. When it gets fed, we all get fed. When it gets hurt, we all get hurt. And when someone is doing wrong or throwing themselves or other people off balance, it is literally like that game of dominoes. It is just a matter of time before we all fall. And similarly, when we, on the other side, when we all uplift and uphold each other and build that strength and unity, we all thrive that way. But I think we live in a society where everything is about me, right? And we don't flip things over to make that M a W and make it a we. We don't understand that if we want to have that rich, powerful experience, maybe we do need to slow down, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do need to, again, I'm not just looking out for me, I'm looking out for Queen Co. I'm looking out for Clan Mother. It doesn't matter where I am. You know, every time I see Clan Mother, she always has something for me. She always has something for Queen Co. You know, this is a manifestation of that love, of that transparency, of that trust, of those relationships that we build up with each other. I used to do that all the time for people, then I stopped. But she has reminded me, I need to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see her, I make sure I have something for her. I make sure I have something for Queen Co.
Yes.
The same that whenever we see any of you, the love that's in our hearts, the good intentions, the prayers, the benedictions that we have, that's our gift to all of you. But it's not a one-way street. We need to feel the love back too. Same way we ask the Loa, we ask our ancestors, we plant a seed in the ground, we water it, we nurture it, we expect it to flourish. We expect it to bear fruit. It's that same element of reciprocity, of give and take. So I encourage you to learn to love yourself and learn to love your community, because without it, we're not going to thrive. We're not going to grow.
It takes a village. It
Absolutely.
truly takes a village. And thank you so much for mentioning all of that, Queen Mother. I really do appreciate it greatly. And yes, and let me tell y'all one thing too. Clan Mother has this sweetgrass lotion. I use it every day, and I need to actually make a purchase because it is so good. I absolutely love it. And Queen Mother, the last time I saw you, you had me hooked to those, was it yuca chips or yuca fries? I found some in Mobile last night. Almost went to jail because I lost my mind. I said, geez, Louise, this gotta be a food demon. Gotta be a food demon. Has to be. And you know, my thing is we truly do enjoy each other and we truly do support each other. And it should be, and I will tell you all, I promise you, I wish I could be like that with everyone I come in contact with. But it is normally 9.5 times out of 10, the moment I put someone on or connect, it becomes about the popularity and everything goes to hell in a handbasket, which is why I seriously don't think I will bring anybody back on into my publication. I don't think any books that'll be done through the publication will be done through me. I don't see myself bringing more people into the Conjure FETE outside of Queen Mother, Clan Mother, Witch Mama, myself, just because I've seen how every single time, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, I'm being taken advantage of. And the thing, I've been taken advantage of, and sometimes my people do, and then I got to go shut them down, and I have to disconnect, and I make it public just because I need people to know, whatever else. And it's very unfortunate because we should be able to be in a space, but capitalism and monetization of everything has really destroyed so much. And popularity, and I promise you, our popularity does not equal power. There's a lot of people popular on America's Most Wanted. I'm just saying. Something to think about. And maybe that's what you desire to be one day. I don't know. And I'm not judging. Okay. But I am just saying here, I have definitely been in spaces in the past where I didn't know if it was right for me to question and speak on things. And that's when you're not in the right space. If you can't ask a question without being jumped on, attacked, or reprimanded, you're in the wrong place. I tell people, and again, let me make this point clear. I know where I stand with my business, but this is not a business talk. This is ethics. This is character. This is your pardon-moi, je suis oublié le mot dignity. This is your dignity. This is integrity. This is morals that we are discussing. And it goes, again, beyond the person or persons. It goes beyond the business or the businesses. But I'm just saying, let's use this as an example. Use this as an example. Think about these as you move and maneuver in your life. I would like to say, since Queen Mother and Clan Mother is here, I think I'm going to go ahead and let y'all in on one secret. I did not plan on doing this. You know what? I don't know if I have it here. Let me see if I have it here. Video file. I don't think I do. I'm going to look over here. Yep, I don't have it here. But for those that are not aware, we will be holding the 8th annual Hoodoo Queen Conjure FETE May 1st, which is the gala, May 2nd, May 3rd, and May 4th, with a variety of great, wonderful things. The links are over in the description box. And I have not mentioned this, and I did not plan on mentioning this now, but I just feel like I should. As Queen Mother was discussing about gifts, and I've told y'all about the VIP gifts specifically. Well, one of the largest VIP gifts that you all are going to receive is a river water ritual that we will be holding with only the VIPs for the last day of the Hoodoo Queen Conjure FETE. So I have chartered a boat, and we are going to the crossroads of the rivers. But this time is not just me, it is you, myself, Queen Mother, and Clan Mother. And you all will get to be treated, to see another way to honor, to respect, to give in these spaces. Thank you all so very much for the super chats, the super stickers. And because I said what I said earlier about how we do need to begin to support, I'm going to say this right now before we end. I'm going to be here about another maybe 5 minutes. Any super stickers or super chats that are provided right now in this live, I will donate those proceeds 100% to Queen Mother and Clan Mother. I will give 50% to Queen Mother, 50% to Clan Mother, and that's where that money will go to. So if you all would like to donate by doing a super chat or super sticker, that's where that money will be going to. Okay? Because I do appreciate your time, your energy, Clan Mother and Queen Mother. It means a great deal. Yes, so people are very excited in the chat about the VIP things. Thank you for the super stickers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're getting super stickers from a variety of individuals. So anyone that wants to provide a super sticker, this money will be 100% will be going to Queen Mother and Clan Mother. For their time and their energy and their wisdom when it comes to these lives. So thank you all so very much, greatly. I planned on going to 3 popular spiritual spaces events and missed out on a lot of it. Well, thank you so much, Ori Alchemy, for your super sticker as well. Thank you so very much, Shabby Rocks. Ori Alchemy, thank you so very much. Cameron, thank you so very much. B. Josie, for your super stickers. I greatly appreciate it. Dynamic Divine Readings, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Erica, for your contribution. Thank you so very much, Harold. I greatly appreciate you as well. So yes, we will make sure that every dime goes to Queen Mother and Clan Mother, like I mentioned. This is not the same. This is not the same as, thank you so very much, Joanna. Thank you so very much, Marquise, as well. There's real work to be done. There's real work to be done. Deepa Evolution said, that's why I pulled back from those spaces. But after I thought maybe I should have done the things in front of others, because asking things may help somebody else. It absolutely would. Thank you so very much, Kenny, for your contribution as well.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Co, for talking about the lotion and stuff. And just so everybody knows, all these super stickers, it warms our heart. And just sitting here and seeing them pop up, and Queen Co, for what you were saying, and thanking everybody for it. Our hearts get warm and our eyes fill with emotional tears. So you'll know that there's a difference, from other people who are out there requesting funds, or when you're donating funds, and what people say that they're going to use it, or who they're donating it to, or who they put it to. I just wanted to, make that point out there that, it's really gracious, and it means a lot. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
I too am so grateful and deeply appreciative of your thoughtfulness, of your kindness, and to the Queen Co for inviting us to be here and to share our stories and our thoughts.
Thank you, Queen Mother. Yes. So I am going, because I know we have spent quite some time here at this point, I'm going to total up. I will get a total of what the super stickers we have received. I will send you both a screenshot of what that total is, and I will send you all that donation, and I may actually match it, actually. Yeah.
We need to give a special shout out to Shay, who gave a whopping super sticker out there. Thank you.
Yes, merci. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Shay Mag. Shay Mag, have you met Queen Mother before? I don't know if Shay Mag has met you, Queen Mother. I'm excited to see that interaction, without a doubt. Yes, thank you all so very much. I do appreciate you all so very much for your kindness. And again, as you see here, this is another good example. This has I'm 100% is going to Queen Mother and Clan Mother. All of it. I'm not stressing out about, well, what about me? What about me? It's about them. This is how you acknowledge, you honor, when you value people's time and energy. And I have no issue. Okay, Shemax said the Conjure Fat. I think this was the Conjure Fat the first time they were here. I don't know if you had graduated at that point. I don't think so. So now you have. So things are different. But yes. So I thank you all so very much. Again, please use this as a learning opportunity. Please don't think again that this is something that's trying to take somebody down or hurt somebody in that way. It is, but also do what you can do to help somebody else. There's $15,000. This individual has already sadfished, and I just had somebody message me in another video today saying I spent money there, and I can't. I think they said they lost about $1,000 worth. If I'm not mistaken, y'all listen. I'm not trying to be a liar at all. But it was definitely. Oh, here we go. I'll take a picture of it and show you. Because again, I'm really big, I don't do lies and all of those things. But y'all can read that on your own.
I've been scammed out of $900
$900.
Wow, New Orleans. Thank you forever for the information. Wow.
And that was a video that's on a different video altogether that I made. I don't know how long ago. When did I make that video? That video was made. I don't see a date on it. But at least over 6 months ago, if not longer than that. So, I mean, people are still, looking at other things where I'm just vaguely speaking about things. So I thank you all so very much for being here. It's been a pleasure. If I wasn't scammed, if I wasn't scammed, I would have found Queen. It was a blessing. Thank you so very much. I will say this though. I do find it that thank you so much, B411. I do find it interesting. Thank you, Intuitive Queen. Oh, hey, Sonny, merci. Thank you so very much, Shaji. Um, I often find myself to be that last hope for people. They've been through the thousands and 20,000s and the initiations and the candles and all of those things. And they're just like, I just found you and you're my last hope. But as you all know, the Dark Star card in the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre literally means exactly that. It is one of the charges that was given to me as a child to be that thing. So when we see this card, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that hope, that faith, and providing that. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so very much for watching today. Again, go back through this video. I know it's like 2 hours long. Go back through the video and screen record some spaces and places and just having conversation, just speaking to some things. Thank you so very much, Isaac. And it's important for you to share with people who are out there thinking that this is a victim and this is not the case. So there's that. Queen Mother, respect, respect, respect unto you. Sego Clan Mother, many blessings to each and every one of you. And I'll be seeing both of you very soon. And we're going to have a good time. and all of the things. So y'all have a blessed one. Thank you so very much. Merci.